Huh? Who is that, huh?
Look, that's me. I didn't survive.
Oh!
I got shot. You saw it. I didn't make it. I got shot. I didn't make it. That's shit.
Oh, there's a surprise. I knew it would become about you.
You're not making my situation any easier.
Oh, you're full of shit.
Hello everyone and welcome. I am losing hope of Payday 3. Yes, I know it is shocking for me to at least say it, but it's true. Payday 3 is going in a worse direction than it already has. It's basically becoming like Payday 2, but on Unreal Engine with worse features. And I don't want Payday 3 to become like that, but judging by the players and as well as the Starbreeze themselves, I feel like it is what's going to become. Because I mainly blame the fans and as well as Starbreeze for themselves for making this game worse in so many ways or another. Let's go over as the reason why I am losing hope of the game. Which is probably one of the biggest backstab I've ever felt in my life, because they've said that they're going to address it months ago, and they said that on Operation Medic Bag that offline mode is going to be coming, but then they decided to stick a fucking knife into my shoulders and say that I shouldn't really be thinking of this, and they say that it's not even possible, which I call absolutely fucking bullshit. If you're able to make the overskill system and the Armor 2.0 system function the way it is, then surely you can fucking make offline mode even work. For fuck's sakes, we still have solo mode being considered in beta, for God's sakes. How is that possible? I don't even fucking know. But that's besides the point. I don't even know how they're able to say that this is not possible. They just really fucking piss me off. They rework stuff by making them overpowered. Look at the Armor 2.0 and as well as the overskill system to where they have made us far too overpowered than we already should be. Even after the game was launched, we were a lot more powerful compared to the cops, and that was obvious. But instead of actually balancing things out, they just decided to make us more powerful by providing us with more powerful skills and as well as ways to make ourselves even more tankier. Look at the overskill system, like the minigun and as well as the sociopath baseball bat, to where it makes us be a little bit too tanky than we already are, and the Armor 2.0 system literally making us unfucking killable. Like, come on, Starbreeze, at least have a sense of thought process on this. Like, I'm really starting to think you guys are not even testing something in the first place. And yeah. Oh, you might be asking, like, why do you think that their balancing decision is terrible? Well, that's for a good reason. They have increased the armor resistance that each plate gives out a bit too much, except for Impact, because Impact is literally one of the worst in the game, and it's fucking terrible. You cannot change my mind otherwise. So, Resistance gives out 60% for some reason, and Adaptive gives out 30%, which is way too fucking much. And then they have decided to make the heaviest armor in the game be the best in the game, because fuck you, that's why. If you use anything else besides the blue armor plates on the heaviest armor, then you're actually throwing the game, and actually put a bit of a disadvantage on yourself rather than actually helping yourself, because you're actually fucking yourself. So, yeah. They fucked up the armor, and then they've also fucked up the numbers for the overskill system, and then now we have the skills rework where it's going to break the game even more. Their balancing are fucking terrible. Another example is the buff to shotguns. I never believed that shotguns needed a buff, they only needed a few slight tweaks, and that's it. But according to the content creators, shotguns back in the earlier days were apparently one of the worst in the game. And the fact that they're even saying this in the first place literally shocks me because that's not even remotely true. But hey, these are content creators we're talking about that have higher subs than me, so they must know what the fuck they're talking about, right? No, 90% of the time they do not, and I don't like them. They buff the shotguns way too fucking much, to the point where if you decide to use anything else, you're actually putting yourself at a disadvantage. Because fuck you, that's why. Every single heist that I create and host, people join in with the exact same builds. FSA with the Deagle or the Jackknife with trip lasers, medic bags, assassin metal, and so on and so on. It's the same fucking shit over and over and over. And people say that Payday 3 lacks a variety. No shit, because you people are using the same fucking things over and over without having any creativity, which doesn't surprise me. Because these are the same people that say that Payday 2 has more variety when you are the same individuals that use the same 5 fucking loadouts. Remember the Mask Mania?
No.
Yeah, they said that they're going to be making challenges to fit for these. But no, they realized that, oh wait, we forgot to make challenges, so let's just give them away. So they handed them away for free, because why not? And they've also broke the progression to the point where anyone can reach 150 level without any fucking effort in the world, even if you are the worst player in the game. And this pisses me off even more because I was one of the few players in the game that actually reached a level 150 before the fucking first ever progression system rework has ever came out. And I'm talking about the first, not the one that literally gives you too much XP after every completion. They don't want to nerf anything. And I mean literally anything. Starbreeze are known to be controlled by the fanbase in one way or another. Good example is the ammo funnel. I was one of the small minority of players that was actually hoping that ammo funnel would get nerfed and as well as be changed. And when they announced it, I was actually happy for it because finally ammo is going to be more important. But no, players have literally went fucking cuckoo on their heads, including content creators, and have gone insane and literally screamed at Starbreeze to change it, and they did. Well, yes, I understand that Mio was the one that came up with the idea and have said some things that are unprofessional, but the poor guy did not deserve to get any fucking harassment or even death threats. I have checked almost a lot of the replies and vividly remember that people are telling him to kill himself or he's like one of the worst individuals to ever exist in humanity. You know who's the worst people to exist on this planet? Us. Payday players. We are so fucking crybabies. We are such immature little pricks that even the slightest nerf is enough to literally set the community ablaze. Oh, what's that? I can't be an overpowered brick house that requires zero fucking effort? Wah. A PvE game needs to be balanced in one way or another to make it fun, but any sense of nerf that Starbreeze tries to do, you guys start to bitch about it. And after that whole confuckle, they have decided that they're not going to nerf anything else, or even if they did try to nerf something, it was one of the skills that did not deserve to be nerfed, or in one way or another. But no, let's buff Assassin's Medal again because fuck you, that's why, more healing. And let's also buff all the strategic skill because why not? We said so. Because we want our little crybabies to be more powerful. Yeah, let's go on. All I'm saying in this whole argument is that the Payday players are able to control whatever the Starbreeze wants in terms of balancing and as well as changing things. But even when the fans actually wanted, Starbreeze are very ignorant to do so. Remember when the content creators got their first hand on Armor 2.0 and they said that the resistance or the damage reduction are a bit too much? And Starbreeze just said, nah, it's fine, and they let it out. Or the overskill system being a bit too much, and so on, and so on.
Strike package is go. Repeat, package is go.
They have not changed the enemies one bit. The only thing I feel like they should change about the enemies is making them be more aggressive or actually do their job a lot more quicker because the game was originally supposed to be a much more grounded game compared to Payday 2 where fighting slow and taking cover was the primary necessity. But no, players get to run around without a fucking care in the world and still do a better job. And what do I mean by making the enemies more faster and aggressive? Well, if you look at how they behave, a lot of times they do things that are a lot more tactical, hiding behind shields, grouping up to a doorway to throw a flashbang, and as well as hiding cover on a lot more often and waiting for the other cops to regroup to be able to push in. They do sometimes act aggressive, but that's like hardly happens, and they like to hide behind cover a lot. But we have players that are able to run at the speed of fucking Sonic, even with the heaviest armor. So, that doesn't even matter. Another example I can give are the zappers and naders being way too slow. Zappers take forever to switch their weapons, and naders take like fucking 25 years to actually throw their grenade, and dozers kick it as well as their bolt charge are also way too slow. You can literally just walk to the side without a care in the world and already counter them. Make them quick and make the cloaker faster. And remove or at least make it where anytime he does like a cool move like rolling or wall jumping, and if you're within a close proximity, let's say 3 meters, he's able to yeet himself in a straight line, and if you get caught you get knocked down, but you can dodge it. But no, they have to make the cloaker do cool moves every now and then because why not? And they've also made it where cloakers have a radio static noise like in Payday 2, even though this is something that he never fucking needed. He never needed it, and the players that actually complain about it are either new players or players that are like really bad at the fucking game, because the cloakers have a very common tendency of speaking to themselves anytime they do something, like get rid of a deployable, or whenever they spot a heister or are nearby proximity to them, and so on and so on. And the heists are not getting changed because if they're not fucking bringing back offline mode, then why the fuck do they want to rework the heist? I have said this once, I've said this again. They're not going to change anything. They've said that they're thinking of looking back, but that thinking is just probably somewhere in the void. That thought is just gone forever. It is never going to come back. So yeah, you can kind of throw your hopes away, and I know this seems like a very pessimistic take, but it's true. They're fucking throwing everything away and hopes to God that whatever they release in the future are able to fix the game in one way or another, like the skills rework, which is not going to fix anything. Because for some reason they decided that let's bring a few features from Payday 2 into Payday 3, like dodge, graze, and as well as a knockoff of Bullseye for some fucking reason. We don't need any of these. You know why? Because they don't fit in Payday 3. Because Payday 3 is a significantly different game compared to Payday 2. And trying to bring things that are from Payday 2 does not work. It's like bringing in a part from an older car and fit it onto the newer models of the car in hopes they work, which it won't because the engine is different, the wheels are different, or the suspension are shorter, or, the overall structure of the car is different. It doesn't make sense. We don't need dodge because armor is the primary source of sustainability and survivability. Dodge is not going to fucking change anything other than split the player base. And if I'm being honest, dodge is just going to be a worse version of armor in terms of sustainability. Because we literally have the heaviest armor in the game that is able to literally make you unkillable. So why the fuck would you nerf yourself by using a shittier armor for the sake of getting dodge? You can literally just stay alive longer than dodge itself. Why the fuck are we bringing back a graze? Because we already have a lot of tools in our hands that are able to deal with crowds of enemies. Grenades, LMGs, weapons that have high zoom scopes and able to pierce through targets, grenade launchers, and so on, and other shit that we're able to do. We don't need graze. Sniper rifle in this game is still a very good weapon. The DMR, the FIK DMR, the Spearfish, and then the base game DMR that we have, they're all really good. But no, we gotta make them be able to fucking kill all the targets with a single bullet, cause fuck you, that's why. So yeah, those are the reasons I am losing hope about Payday 3. And especially about this entire franchise. Am I quitting? No, I'll stick to my promise where I said I'll stick with the game till its end, and I will do so. But I am like very fucking angry that they decided to pull the plug and say that, nah, fuck you. Offline mode is not coming back, even though it is very much possible, but it's a shame. And they make a lot of promises, and they say a lot of statements, but at this point, I'm not fucking buying it. Unless you actually do what you're said, then I will actually believe in you. But for the time being, I am not believing anything that Starbreeze says. And I'm doing my best to avoid the community and the player base because I already do not like the Payday fans in general because of how egotistical they are and how ignorant they are as well. So yeah, I'm also kind of avoiding the content creators because they've already said the same shit over and over, but in a slightly different video format. So yeah. I know I feel like I'm milking this, but I literally need to get this out of my chest because I'm like so fucking angry right now that I cannot explain it. And I'm already sick for God's sakes, and it's not exactly making this any easier in one way or another. So, yeah. That is all I have to offer. I'm sorry this seems like a pessimistic video, but it's kinda true. I am losing hope. I am actually just losing hope at this point. I don't have high hopes, but I'm still going to stick with the fucking game. I have no other choice. I don't want to leave you guys behind because I have met some really good people in the fan base. Like, I'm not saying that every single Payday fans are like one of the worst, but I'm just saying like the majority of them are like unbearable individuals. So, yeah. But I have definitely met some really good people that are like really genuinely sweet and kind-hearted, and I wish that this fan base was filled with them, but based on the encounters I had, that is not likely the case. So, yeah. I'm sorry about this video. I just need to get this out of my chest. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope at least. And take care of each other, treat each other with respect, show some love, kindness to another, and I will see each and one of you next time. And sorry for sounding like this. I'm sick and angry. So goodbye.